back to another tutorial video. Today we will be expanding our arsenal of snares with this beautiful sound called Pf Snare, which sounds like it's called the Pf Snare because that's all there is to it. So to start off, I'd like you to have this idea in your head where you're saying poof, 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 and pay attention to the pitch because it needs to be a higher pitch than your kick drum, otherwise it's going to be a and you won't be able to tell your kick and the snare apart. It'll be whereas it has to be two distinct sounds. So the key is to say poof, but very similar to the kick drum, a lot of air needs to be released in a short amount of time. And there are multiple ways of doing that. One is you basically fill your mouth up and then just try and attempt the sound. The other is you let the air come out from your lungs to give it more power, and it's going to sound like that's a lot more powerful. And you can honestly start out with that as well, with keeping the same idea of poof in your head, and eventually clean it up and make it sound like just like we did with the kick drum, where we did and eventually cleaned it up to be so yeah, that's essentially the Pf Snare. So there are some problems that people run into when they start out with this snare. One is they cannot get the high-pitched P sound, which is essential, and their snare ends up becoming. The key to solving that problem is that you have to realize that the area of action where the air is being released is much smaller for the Pf Snare than it is for your kick drum. It's not a, it's going up, and that is going to help you get that high-pitched P sound. And also keeping the idea of poof in your head is going to help you get the high-pitched P sound. The other problem that people run into is that they cannot integrate the P and F sound together. They sound like two distinct things to them. And the key to that is practice. And again, keeping the idea of poof as a singular word, if that helps, in your head, and trying to really follow the P with the F as quickly as you can to have that high-pitched sound, which sounds like a regular snare. So here are some patterns, or just one pattern to help you practice, because you can go to my last video to check it out if you haven't already, and pick up all the practice patterns from there and just replace the K with the PF. That's it, and there you have your patterns. But there's one I want you to do, which is, I'll slow it down. Eventually you want to do it like now. This beat has a little bit of a swing in it, that's why I really love it. And this beat is also going to train you to do more sounds with the Pf Snare. Like the hi-hat is placed both before and after the Pf Snare here. And that's a very important thing for you to learn. So there you have it. There's your Pf Snare with a practice pattern. Do reach out to me with any questions. The best way to do it is through my studio space or the Beatbox community studio space. The links to both of them are in the description below. So yeah, go wild with the sound.